Hello, what's up, and what's happening? Welcome back for yet another Miles Dawkins 24/7 production. It's Thursday, baby, so you about to get this Throwback Thursday work, man. Nothing but Xbox, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360 gameplay on Thursday. Another thing, I might be expanding the retro games of the day to every day. You know, if I have time, I will definitely try to do it every day. Right now, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays are working for me, but I definitely want to try and give you guys this all the time because I'm falling in love with PlayStation 2 like all over again. These Maddens were so good back in the day. But yeah, that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about running backs, man. Running backs, and I'm inspired to talk about running backs because of the run that Marshawn Lynch had versus the Arizona Cardinals. That was a fantastic run. He's a beast. We all know it, man. One of the best runs of all time. Yes, that's one of the best runs of all time, man. I mean, it was fantastic. It embodied everything that you want your running back to possess. It had power, speed, vision, elusiveness, patience. It had everything that you want your running back to do, and it was just a fantastic run. We're also going to talk about, you know, those top criteria that I want a running back to have, and then also my top 5, maybe top 10 running backs of all time. Hopefully you get a lot of debate in the comment section below. Hopefully. I hope you guys don't dog me. But anyways, man, for me, the number one attribute that a running back has to have is vision. You have to be able to see the hole. You have to be able to see the hole, find cutback lanes, find a crease, and hit it. You have to be able to do those things. Vision is the most important thing. Have to be able to see the hole, hit the hole, go through it, find a cutback lane, find the weak link in the defense. You know, the vision is so important. A lot of times you have running backs that come out of college and you wonder why they don't turn out to be anything in the NFL. A lot of times they just run into the back of their O-line. They're like, the hole's supposed to be here. Why isn't the hole here? Why is my left guard right here when the hole's supposed to be here? It's like, it's the NFL, bro. A lot of times the O-line is going to get pushed back by these massive 300-pound defensive linemen. You got to find the hole. You know what I mean? That was one of the issues with Ryan Matthews when he first got into the league, is that his vision wasn't where it's supposed to be. At Fresno State, he had a lot of big runs, but again, it's Fresno State. Not this in Fresno State, but they don't play the top competition. They're not playing teams that are going to have multiple players in the NFL. They're just not doing that. You know what I mean? So vision is one of the most important things that a running back has to possess. Another thing with Ryan Matthews, his rookie, and I'm not talking about Ryan Matthews now. Ryan Matthews now is a beast. He is a beast when he's healthy, when he's on the field. He is a flat-out man-child. But patience. One thing that Frank Gore has is patience. I watch all the Niner games that Frank Gore has ever been in. I mean, I'm that crazy about football. And he has patience. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest. He's not the most elusive. But he has patience. He will allow the blocks to do what they're supposed to. He will allow the blockers to get in front, put the blocks on people, and then find the crease. You know what I mean? He will wait. Like, the run is supposed to be quick, and he will just wait. He will just wait and wait and wait and then find the hole. You know what I mean? So patience is very, very important. Another thing, going back to Ryan Matthews, you got to be healthy. Because for as good as you are, if you are not on the field, people gonna forget about you, and two, you can be replaced very, very easily. You look at Monte Ball in Denver. He was supposed to be one of the top running backs when he came out of the draft. He's hurt, and now this guy C.J. Anderson, who not too many people even knew of, is balling in Denver. You know what I mean? So you have to be on the field. You have to be on the field. Emmitt Smith, the best thing about Emmitt Smith is that he was always there. He consistently played 15 to 16 games every single season. And he had deep playoff runs almost every single season, and he was still there. So you got to be durable. You have to be on the field. You got to be healthy. You can't be getting nicked up. You know what I mean? And that's one of the best things about Adrian Peterson as well. Yes, he had that big knee injury, but besides that, he has been healthy throughout his whole career, and that is a big thing. So vision, patience, durability. Another thing, you have to be able to make people miss. I don't care how you make people miss. Jerome Bettis could make people miss. He was a big dude, but he could make people miss. Either he was going to run through you, or he's going to use his quick feet to make one cut, and then in his prime, run away from Jerome Bettis. He was pretty fast for a big dude in his prime. Emmitt Smith, they knock Emmitt Smith so much. And I'm a Niner fan, so it's easy to talk crap about the Cowboys, not this year because they're in the playoffs and we're not, yada, yada, yada. But it's easy for me to say, nah, Emmitt Smith, he had the best O-line in the world and yada, yada, yada. And of course, I say that to all my friends that are Cowboys fans just to get underneath their skin. But in actuality, Emmitt Smith is one of the greatest running backs because he had all those things: durability, patience, vision. But he also made people miss. And I'm going to compare him to somebody, who you guys like. You can't compare him to him. And you're probably right. But Lindell White. I was watching some old clips. I love watching old clips on YouTube or whatever of running backs, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, why didn't Lindell White turn out to be anything special in the NFL? And I was watching some of his old USC tape. And it's like he would get through the line, but he wouldn't make anybody miss. He wouldn't run away from linebackers. He wouldn't run through the linebackers. He couldn't make safeties miss and stuff like that. And I'm like, dang, they had a good old line, but he just couldn't make anybody miss once he got to the second level. And I'm like, he wasn't that good. He was kind of trash, man. Like he was just blessed to have a great O-line at USC, really. But Emmitt Smith can make people miss. In the secondary, he made safeties miss, corners miss, and he could make linebackers miss. Yes, his O-line was great, so he didn't have to go up against huge defensive linemen, over and over again, but he made people miss. He was a flat-out beast, man. And the last thing that a running back has to be able to do is hang on to the football. You can't fumble the football. That is a no-no. That's a no-no. You got to be able to carry the rock. Got to be able to give it to you in the fourth quarter to make the defense pay and, of course, to run out that clock, man. So my top 5 running backs of all time, top 5. It probably will change. You know what I mean? To me, it's always changing. Nothing is set in stone. But for right now, when I think about running backs, to me, number 5, it would have to be LaDainian Tomlinson. He could make people miss. He could carry the rock 25, 30 times a game. He was elusive, you know what I mean? And also, he was a beast out of the backfield as far as catching passes. So, LT, he is number 5. Number 4, and this might hurt some people, but number 4 for me is Jim Brown, only because Jim Brown played in the era, and yes, it sucks that I'm holding his era against him, but he played at a time when he was just as big as defensive linemen, so he kind of had an unfair advantage. Could that, equal in today's game? No, because he wouldn't be as big as a defensive lineman today. He wouldn't be as big as Ndamukong Suh or McCoy or, Vince Wilfork and none of those guys, you know what I mean? So because his era, he played in the era where he was just as big as these guys and he could run away from them, he is number 4. But the fact that he could run away from them still makes him a top 5 running back of all time. Number 3 for me is Emmitt Smith. Yes, Emmitt Smith had a great O-line, but he can make people miss. Yes, he's the all-time leading rusher, but I felt like he played, out of his prime just to get the record. So to me, it's not like there's an asterisk by the record, but he played a lot longer than any other running back did, as far as getting carries. But to his credit, he stayed healthy to do so. Number 2, Walter Payton, one of the best all-around running backs of all time. He's number 2. And number 1, Barry Sanders. Because if you can make people miss, in the 90s, you can make people miss in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s, and the 50s. You can make people miss today. So Barry Sanders is the number 1 running back of all time, in my opinion. But that's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I enjoy bringing it to you. Hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. And I'm going to see y'all later. Peace. Hot sauce.